Hey there, everyone. I'm going out for a ride tonight. It's kind of duskish, but I'm gonna go for a ride on a new bike that I just got, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I've been in a little bit of a biking funk recently. I just haven't been feeling it, and I think I figured out why. And I didn't buy this bike to fix that, but I do think it's gonna help. So here's what I picked up. This is a 2021 Salsa Cutthroat GRX 600. So it's basically the base model from 2021. It's this sky blue with red and black on it and completely stock. There's nothing different on this. The guy I bought it from, you can tell it's in very good shape. There is one little scratch right there on the fork, which is unfortunate, but the guy I bought it from said he pretty much just rode it on the road, and it only has a few hundred miles on it. So I'm excited for this bike. I think it's gonna suit me really well, and some of the stuff I'm gonna do. So let's get riding, and I'll talk a little bit more about that and how you can avoid this funk that I have been in. Okay, the plan is to go up this road, it's called Hay Canyon, and come out on another one called State Creek, and then take what's called Whitetail Road to connect them. All dirt, perfect for this bike. Really would probably be good for every gravel bike, but I don't know. I've never ridden them. I will say right off the bat, I love the way this frame rides. It also has their Class 5 VRS. It's like a vibration reduction built into the carbon layup and the way it's designed, and it is shockingly effective. And I can see why the Cutthroat is such a popular bike. I'll have more of a review or thoughts about a Cutthroat, but really what I want to talk about is how I've been in such a bike funk. There's one thing that has contributed to that. I've had some tendon pain, strain, I don't know what it is. It got really bad at one point. There was almost 2 weeks where it was hard for me to walk. It was really weird. It was like throughout the day, it would start to get better, and then I could walk pretty normally. But if I let it rest at all, if I sat in one position for too long, it was super painful. That just gets kind of frustrating. And I didn't want to push it too much on a bike, so I really didn't ride at all. The other thing though is every year, to motivate myself to go ride, I sign up for something. So this year I did Rat Pod, a gravel charity ride. Wish I had this bike for that, because I ended up doing it on a full suspension XC bike, and that was not fun. It was almost 70 miles and about 3,000 feet of climbing, but that was kind of just a ride. There was it wasn't going to be that challenging. It was just a fun day. But I also signed up for the Butte 50 as my real challenge. That ended up being more of a curse than a blessing. I have just been, every ride that I've done when I could ride because of my leg, I have felt all this pressure of, okay, well, I can't go do something fun because I just need to get miles in. I gotta go ride, and like, it became like my sole focus. But because of that pressure of like feeling like I actually needed to train, because again, I'm a bigger guy, so I can't just do my normal riding and be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll go ride 50 miles. To be honest, it sucked the fun out of biking. I just got to the point of I dreaded going for a ride, and I hated it. I also was riding that framed bootlegger, the full suspension cross-country bike. It's a nice bike, but I've never loved full suspension. You all know that. I was just going and doing pure cross-country stuff. Nothing that fun, nothing that challenging. What's interesting is I think back on other years, and I didn't necessarily feel the same way about having the pressure, but I don't know. I think my kids are getting older, we're getting busier,
life is just busy, and there's got to be some priorities. And the whole reason I got into biking in the first place was as a physical outlet, but also for fun. Like, that was the main thing. I love biking. It's so fun. And I think I lost it in that. I am not doing the Butte 50 this year. Decided to pull out of it because of my leg and everything. I just haven't ridden, and I'm just not ready for it. And the pressure was getting to me. It seems funny because I don't race it. I just want to finish it. I'm pushing myself, but I still felt this pressure because for me, it's a challenge to finish. And I don't know. It's never good when you take something you're passionate about and that is fun and you add pressure to it. It can be, depends on how much. So here's my plan to get the fun back in. First of all, I'm just gonna go ride what I wanna go ride. So if I wanna go ride something more techy, I'm gonna go do that. Maybe I don't get as many miles, who cares? If I want to go for a bigger ride, mountain biking, I can do that. I am gonna sell the framed, and I'm gonna simplify down to 2 bikes. I'm gonna have the Mayor with, you know, the fat wheel set and the 29 plus wheel set. That's basically my mountain and winter bike. And then I'm gonna have this Cutthroat. And this is going to be my rides like this, bigger rides, hopefully some bike packing. And then I think in the winter, and this sounds a little bit like a sin on my channel, but I think I'm gonna get a smart trainer, and I'll throw this on it. And it's not for the lack of not wanting to ride outside in the winter, because I really don't mind the cold, or even riding in the snow, obviously, but it's because a time thing. In the winter, it gets really hard to find the time. I'm just busy. It gets dark really early. It gets light in the morning really late. So just timing wise, it's gonna help me. And the reason I would do that is because I think one thing I'm majorly missing out on is just getting consistent rides in, so that if I do want to go do a 50 miler, I have some base down. I just am always missing that just for the sake of time. So I still have a lot left in this ride, but it's starting to get dark, and I think that's where I'll leave it. If you are struggling, you've hit that block of, oh, I just don't really want to go out and ride, think about, okay, what's the main reason? Is it pressure? Is it you're not riding what you want to ride? Is it a time thing? All that. And then make those changes, because biking is for fun. So keep it that way if you can. As you can tell, I'm out of breath. I definitely need to add another climbing gear to this bike. 3630 is not enough for me. But thanks for watching. See you next time.